back if you're joining me from another video. If you're joining me for the first time, hello! Well, recently was Mother's Day in New Zealand and my husband basically gave me some money. He said, buy whatever you want. And I was like, okay, fine. And of course, my instinct with this was to immediately look for something smart doll related, specifically something that they could wear. Well, Celeste here, my Moment in Blue smart doll, my space alien warrior princess. I wanted something to make her really pop because, to be honest, I cannot express enough how stunning the blue is in real life. And so I did have something in my mind which has been on my want list for quite a while. Now this is a New Zealand designer. She makes clothes for BJDS. CherryDollsBoutique. I've got her website just along the bottom there and also in my description. And I've brought clothing off her before and it's all the stuff that I've received of her has always kind of made me go, okay, cool. It's beautiful quality. You know, it's overlocked, it's stitched, it looks fantastic. But I wanted to go a step above and buy one of her amazing outfits. And by amazing, I mean the ones with the bodices, the little intricate details. They are costly, but so is smart doll clothing. So that didn't make me go blink an eye at all. This was something on my want list. And I remembered it on my want list. I had it scribbled down on a piece of paper somewhere. And I remembered it being in the greens and blues. And I had Celeste here. And I was like, if I look at the blues again and they match Celeste, I want it. So I actually messaged Nicole, who runs the business here, and I said it wasn't there and kind of looked for it, and it was the kitty one that brought up, which was one of the ones on my list too, but I was like, yes, that's it. But the one I remembered had like a long skirt and we put it down and she still had it. She still had it. And I was so excited, like, that's the one. So I wanted to meet up with her and pay her the money, etc. And I brought my blue doll with her, and even I think she was even impressed with how different they photograph to how they actually look in real life. As I said, the blue is vibrant, it is stunning. So she gave me the dress. It came in this gorgeous little package here. There's her business logo up there, CherryDollsBoutique, and it had a ribbon around locking it all in. Now I have opened it up and taken photos for Instagram, and trust me, oh my goodness gracious me. But I put it all back in there because I love to do these unboxings with you and have a dressed up day with you. And I'll show you the little gifts. I was not expecting the gifts. So open up the little box, and on top were an additional 2 outfit pieces, which I was not expecting at all. I greatly appreciate because I love her clothing. Like I said, they're well made. There is this, I assume, I haven't tried these ones on, assume a little top, a boob tube, basically, in Christmas pattern. So I'm looking forward to putting that on for a Christmas display of my dolls. I intend to do a Christmas display this year with all my girls, which will be so exciting. So I'll make some dresses as well when I get time. So a little Christmas boob tube in this Christmas flower, isn't it? Yeah, the Christmas flower, and then a little yellow top. Now I did take this one out and have a look at it, so it's scruffily put back into there. It's not Nicole's fault that it looks like a dog's dinner at the moment, but this little yellow top, which I'll take some photos with for my Instagram. I will bring my doll up with the actual outfit at the end so you can see the details up close, and oh my goodness, the work. Then a card with her business and her Etsy shop, her Instagram, and I won't do her email, but yeah, you'll see in my description where you can see the Etsy shop if you want to contact her. And then a little thank you card. Thank you for shopping at my store and for your support, Nicole. Cute. And then it came all wrapped up like this in this matching kind of green packaging, which I just love how it's all done individually. Honestly, I was just expecting one bag with all the pieces just shoved in there, but they're all individually done. So we'll open up one by one. So this is the first piece. It's like Christmas, you know, or like a very high-end lol doll opening. So here we have the arms. Now they are in this mesh material which has sequins over it, over a green. Like I said, at the end we'll do them all up close. Actually, I'll put the outfits there so I don't get lost with those things. I'll keep a card. So these are the arms, which have elastic at the top, the bottom, and about a quarter way up the sleeve where you can see there is this, to me, yeah, it's a blue ribbon insert. Next one. Oh, these are adorable. Honestly, I might put some of the Instagram photos at the end of this. I may not. It depends on what sort of rush I'm in, as I'm always in a rush. I have 50 million things to do and only time for 40 million to fit in. These little clips, which are custom made in the same colors as the outfit, and with this bunny. And I didn't realize it had bunnies on it. And everyone who knows me knows I am a huge bunny fan. In another life, I was a grey bunny before Zootopia. And I always tell people that because everybody's like, oh, you just watched Zootopia and saw Judy Hop. No, it was before Zootopia. Okay, so let's open up the next one. So this one has a little green back. Just all the colour matching as well is just gorgeous. It just makes the entire experience so much more fun. So this is effectively a choker with the gold rabbit in the middle and this little gold piece coming off the end here. All of this comes together. Trust me. When I actually said I'm getting a green and blue piece, a few people are like, huh, that's interesting. But when they saw the photos and how well it goes together, they're like, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Because sometimes green and blue, even though they... it depends on the tones if they match. Sometimes you can put greens and blues together and they can look really bad, but this all matches and it all looks fantastic, and especially on a blue doll. I think that's what they were more worried about, was I was putting blue on a blue doll, but it looks fantastic. So this is the chest area and effectively a boob tube. So we've got the blue at the top and blue at the bottom in a frill design. A little blue bow done in the same ribbon as this quarter piece here, quarter pull. Gorgeous. And then we have stockings in this little bag here. Stockings. So these stockings are in a, what would you call that? A very light flesh color to me, or a verging on cream to very light flesh. Actually kind of the same. Oh, a bit more tone in this. Kind of like the canvas bag. And you can see they're not just up and down like some people do. You can see that these are actually tailored to the contours of the lower, what do you call it? It's not the thigh, the lower calf area, etc. And they go inwards towards the foot. So they're not like some stockings you see people put on dolls and they always catch and gather at certain areas. They are actually tailored to the body design of the doll. Now we have an underskirt petticoat here, which is done in, of course, the classic petticoat material. I always forget the name of it. I just call it mesh because... but it is a stiff material which holds the outfit outwards, and also has a green frill. So if it ever shows on the outside, or if you're ever looking from an angle where you can see just under the dress, it is in a green underneath rather than just seeing the white petticoat. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite pieces. This skirt. Oh my lord, it's beautiful. I love how everything comes together and you look at it. I would look at this on the shelf and be like, oh, I don't know. I don't think that would go together. But it does. Having the ability to have the visualization of a whole bunch of different colors coming together. So you can see on this lace at the bottom, it ties in with the stockings with a see-through. So it brings out her blue legs as it's looking through. Then we have the blue and the white here. And then, of course, to go with the arms, the same mesh material with sequins over and a white underneath. Now this is all held together with Velcro at the back. It's perfectly tailored to the doll, so it is not wonky or too loose or looks a bit funky, you know. It sits perfectly on her. Gorgeous. I love this. I love this so much. You might be looking at all these pieces going, huh, wait till we start putting it together. Amazing. So this is kind of the piece that has the bodice in it. Let's have a look. Pull that down. So this has the bodice and what I will call the overskirt. So the bodice is done with ringlets at the top here, eyes if you want to call them that you can put this piece of very small ribbon through to tie her all up. And again, we're seeing a repeat of materials with the sequin green underneath the blue coming through, which ties in with all the blue accents. The white and blue lace, like on this one, and then this lace here on the mesh, which ties in with the lace on the underskirt, which ties in with the stocking. It's really, really well done. And just look at the detail on that. Just beautiful. And then this lace here, the same color around these leaflets down here. So everything complements each other. It's really, really well done. When I saw this on her website, originally before it was taken down, and I was so sad, I thought it sold. I was like, it's such a stunning piece. You look at it and it's beautiful. There is no other word for it. And when I put it on the blue doll, what I was hoping would happen is the blue complements the blue and really brings it all together. Okay, so here is Celeste. Let's bring you out, sweetheart. Let's bring you out. She's like, oh no, help. So if you're new to Smart Dolls, I'd advise going to check out some of my Smart Doll openings. I love them. They are a hinged BJD. So part of the BJD all over family, but not in the same category as strung BJDs. Let's remove her head. Oh, now, mommy, please, now. And this is one of the beauty things about having hinged BJDs is you can pull them apart. Pull them apart and you get left with a very easy to dress torso. So I'm going to start off with the stockings. La 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 la. Now if you're wondering why, most BJD collectors will know why I'm wearing gloves. These are not black. Normally I would advise staying away from anything black, but these ones are not going to put black marks on my dolls. Basically, the only doll I've said in another video of Josie, and I brought in something. I had my hands. I was out. I think I was doing something. I think I was out in the garden. I can't actually remember now, but I did something without even thinking. I touched her, and whatever was on my hands transferred to her. So I always take caution now with my dolls. It's better to be safe than sorry. It left a mark on her hand. Anything with reds, blacks, or deep greens, just be very, very mindful when you're touching your dolls past that. Better to prevent a stain than remove a stain, basically. So here we have it. Her stockings. Looks a bit funny. There we go with that. So we'll get on the, let's see, how do we do this, Lisa? Oh, the petticoat next. So since I pulled her head off, it's quite easy for me to just put this up and over. And ta-da! It's so incredibly easy to dress a doll when they don't have a head on. Sounds terrible, but it's very true. Now, this is the underskirt. So let's undo the Velcro there. Again, put the head through. And get that just over the petticoat. And you'll see here, when I put it just to the rim of the petticoat and pull it, it fits perfectly right there, just on. She's got Smart Dolls, so that's one of the beauty of getting something with someone who knows what they're doing with a sewing machine and they have the dolls themselves. They have the dolls to test them on. So some especially some AliExpress outfits, they've been a bit loose or a bit too tight on the size of the doll, but when you have someone who's making for the doll, right above the petticoat fits perfectly in here, right against the skin, looks like it's made for her. It is made for her. And just showing here, got the little flash of green under there from the petticoat, so cute. So already this skirt looks like something, you know, something out of Alice in Wonderland, party style, etc. So next we need to get the boob tube on and put it over. Now, I have been asked quite a lot my opinion lately on the extra large busts and why I don't use them really on my dolls. I have the push-up bra at the moment on Monday, and I have the large bust on Reflection just because I don't usually have her in casual clothes. But for me, on Moment, my ordinary, not my Blue Moment girl, but I have the push-up bra and the large bust on Reflection, as I said. For me, they kind of detract from the beauty of the clothing on the dolls. I like the standard bust. I don't need my girls to look like they're out of some seedy anime outfit. And sometimes it's nice, but to me, the standard size bust is perfect. And it actually makes clothes look nicer, in my opinion. So this one here, whoops-a-daisy. Okay, I'm back and I've put the bodice piece on. Unfortunately, my camera battery decided to die while I was doing up the bodice, so I had to wait a while for that to recharge. But in some ways, it was actually a good time for it to stop because I could work on this. Now, this is a downwards bodice crisscross over. Normally you crisscross them to the top, like my wedding. I had actual bodice and a dress, much like this one, except that the sleeves are attached to this top piece for my wedding. And we did it up to the top. And if you know anything about bodices, it's suck it in, darling. One of my favorite lines in Ever After, when the mother responds to the daughter after she says, I can hardly breathe in this thing. She says, if one cannot breathe, one cannot eat. That's kind of how I felt about my wedding bodice. An entire dress. I was 54 kgs. I was a skinny, small little thing back then. But look at this. Now, this is not done up as tightly as I would usually do it, because usually I can have my husband put his finger in to keep each tie nice and tight. But it is still done up enough that you can get the idea that it is a bodice. It is pulling her in the center, and it is puffing out all that dress skirt. So what I would call the overskirt, the underskirt, and then the petticoat. And even as a torso, looking at this, isn't it beautiful? Honestly, it is so incredibly beautiful. And one thing I just wanted to point out that I didn't point out before, there is a lot of little colors in this different lace on the bodice, which you'll see when we bring it up close, that bring in all the colors of the sequins as well. So like I said, everything is made to look like it's for each other, even though it is quite clearly all different pieces of colors that you wouldn't normally put together. But it looks amazing, and especially on a blue body. So now let's get to putting our arms on. Hello! With Smart Doll, you just basically line up and stick in the arms. There we go. Other one. Hello! Put this one in. There we go. Beautiful. There's our hands. And then what we'll do is, because it is a Smart Doll, we will remove her hands. Not like so. A bit better than that. Ah! We don't want to remove the entire hand. It's just the hands, not the whole wrist mechanism. Like I said, you can pull these dolls apart. This hand does not want to come off. There we go. Got it. I got it. I did it. Okay, so next we're going to put in the big sleeves. Now I hope I'm putting these the right way. Is this the right way to do this? Is it that at the top or this at the top? I'm trying to remember here in the picture. Whoops. No, that's definitely the other way around. So it is the ribbon at the top. I was just thinking to myself, that looks weird. That's because it is put on the wrong way. Get it down, get our stub out so we can put our hands on, and then we're going to pull this frill inwards, and then we're going to move the sew line under the arm so we cannot see it. Perfect. And line up this top frill with the top boob tube area so it all looks like it's one piece. Put our little hand back on. Hello. Do the same on the other side. Up, get our little stub out and put it in. Sorry if I'm looking a little frazzled. I've been out with my daughter for dinner, so been on the go, a dinner and shop. I love retail therapy. Okay, so let's get our arm featured the right way. There we go. Stick it in. Good. Beautiful. And there we have our dress with our long sleeves on. Made sure that the line is, yep, the line's hidden underneath. And it looks even sweeter. I think, I honestly think there's not enough, if you look at Smart Doll dresses, there's not enough with long sleeve arms. So I think seeing a Smart Doll with long sleeve arms is just so gorgeous. Like I tend to see them in, you know, short sleeve t-shirts or the tank tops and things. I'm looking at some of my Smart Dolls in the back. Even then, even the dresses I make them are sleeveless. But yeah, there's something beautiful about long sleeves. Just looks like such a princess. Gosh. And then we've got the head. The beautiful Moment in Blue head. Sit down, my sweetheart. It is like something out of Alice in Wonderland to me. Or just because of the colours. The colours are not what you would see at a normal ball, let's put it that way. It's very, very Alice in Wonderland. Maybe a bit like the Labyrinth when she goes into the crystal ball and there's all those masks and things on. You know, something just a bit fantastical and fantasy about it. Got her head on there. So cute. So beautiful. I'm just looking in the thing. Oh, I can't wait to bring this up and show you up close. Let's put on her little choker. Oops. Like every little piece has been thought of. Okay. Not so easy to do the choker with gloves on, I'll say that. But we will manage. We always manage, darling. You don't have much choice in life other than to manage. I've never been one for people that say, I just can't do it now. It's too much stress. I'm always like, just get it done and then it's okay. It's better just to have the mindset. When I was younger, I got into this mindset when if I didn't feel like doing something, I would always tell myself in an inner voice, don't be lazy, Lisa. And the moment I said that in my inner voice, I'd be like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Let's just do it, sort of thing. And so even if I'm just feeling a bit lazy, I guess, around the house or something, and I just feel like, ugh, I'll do the washing tomorrow. And then my inner voice goes, don't be lazy, Lisa. And I just get it done. It's just easier to get things done and then and not procrastinate. All right, okay, so that's on. I'll bring her up in a second because these are so cute. I love these little ribbons on the side of her hair. Oh my goodness. And they go with the little rabbit in the center, which is so cute. Put these on the side. Adorable. And they're in the same laces as the dresses, tying it all in with the blues and the peaches. Oh. This is just, look at this. Look at this. Now, I do have Smart Doll white shoes I've been putting her in, but even though there's white in the dress, it does detract from the beauty of the dress because they just look so out of place. So what I've been looking for is I'm watching like Etsy and places, and I'm going to look for a very specific color blue or green high-heeled shoe. So it's going to be one of those things where eventually I will find it and I'll put it there. So I'll just have her in white high heels for now, but I'm hoping that you see how stunning this is. Like, this is something you have in a cabinet and people just walk by and say, what a pretty doll. She is just that amazing in looks. And then to have this dress, which goes so well with her skin tone, all the blues just tying in. I'm so glad that when I visualized it in my mind, the blue with the greens and the spots of colors, that it worked out well. Because sometimes you visualize something and then you get to doing it and you're like, ew, that clashes. You know, you have different tones of the same color and they just clash terribly. Like different tones of reds. If you put a really bright red with a blood, like a deep blood red, it just looks so awful. But this works perfectly. It was made for a blue smart doll. And you can't have this one because it's mine. But if you, the blue dolls and casuals look alright. But I think for the blue dolls, we need something fantastical. We need something fantasy. We need something that really, really brings them out. I am just so in love with this dress. Cherry's Dolls Boutique. Her work is amazing. Just look at this. Look at the dresses on her website, and you will fall in love with them because they are something which really stands out. They are highly, highly worth the cost because as a sewer, I don't make doll cosplays, but I tend to, you know, I make like the doll dresses, but I've made a lot of cosplays for my daughter, which I've shown some on my community page and to people that I talk to, etc. and stuff. I know the amount of time that goes into this, and I actually prefer sewing for cosplay for a person than for a doll, or even a fancy dress for a doll than a person, because it's so much easier. This has so much intricate, tiny little work. I'm really selling her work because honestly, it is fantastic and I love it, and I'm so happy. This is the best Mother's Day gift ever. So, all that blabbering aside, let me bring her up and you can have a look up close. Here we are up close. If I'm too loud, turn me down. I am closer to the mic now. Beautiful moment in Blue's face. Just look at these ribbons at the side. They're more of a light apricot than a pink, the ribbon, but I think it shows up as pink on camera. Look at these gold bunnies inside this blue, white, and flesh colored lace, which is on both sides. So cute, which then ties into her necklace. We have the rabbit again with a gold chain underneath. We have the blue, and we have this ribbon which has a multicolored effect which goes with the sequins, and also the ribbon on her bodice here, her corset I should say. Keep calling it a bodice, I should call it a corset. So the boob tube is effectively this part here, so you can see the bottom of it here. I've done it so that it looks like it ties into the skirt, so it doesn't look like two separate pieces. And as I said, when I did this with my photos with Instagram, this was pretty much closed. I pulled it as tight as I could, but because my husband wasn't there to help me keep this the pieces together, it is a bit looser than I would usually have it. So the arms here, whoops, there we go, which look like they're part of the dress here, coming down to the front, and we get that underskirt and that overskirt with the split at the front with the laces. You see the blues, you see the whites, you see the flesh tone down in this one here with the whites, and this beautiful mesh with this sequin on. Like normally I would have thought like something clowny for this sort of, you know, different colored baubles with mesh, but it is so regal on a space alien warrior princess. Let's move it around, and you can see down here where we get to this blue material under the mesh which ties in with the corset here, again in the blues and the whites. Let's do a bit of a booty shot there. There's the underskirt, again same colors, and then the like the starch sort of mesh stuff which holds it under the petticoat. Just beautiful. Hold it out there. And then the stockings which go with the colors. It's almost a light antique gold or a rose gold, kind of like somewhere in between there, but it's more like a flesh gold, I think. Whatever it is, it's beautiful and I love it, and I hope you love it too. I'm just so pleased with her work. Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching me dress her and talk about how lovely this all was. As much as I enjoyed dressing her and thinking how lovely and speaking about how lovely it was, it really is an outfit to say, hey, here I am. It is completely Celeste. It is her dress. She's not going to share it with any of the other girls. This is her. Perfect. All I need now is to find some equally stunning shoes and a scepter, of which I have been working on a blue scepter with a gem on top, so that she can roll and pop people on the head when they step out of line. I also remember I've got this yellow top and this boob tube Christmas top to enjoy with my other girls and try on. Thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you love the dress too, and if you enjoyed the video, hopefully. Love yourself, love each other, and love your dolls. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.